What I've been thinking about this week is trying to brainstorm ideas to get funding to get The Art of Resurrection made. So I've been thinking about things and I'm trying to think of something different, but I haven't really locked into anything yet. So if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. The things I've been thinking about are selling myself, as an actor. This may be part of a crowdfunding campaign or something, but maybe separate. Selling myself as an actor. So, this would be something which I'd have to negotiate with my theatrical agent or, I don't know how it would pan out basically. But selling myself, acting days or acting time, selling myself to help with auditions or, training other actors or working scenes with other actors or writing short scripts for people. Maybe write a short script for an actor to highlight what they see as their real strength as an actor. Or just writing scripts for filmmakers so they can go shoot something. So basically selling myself in some way. Maybe there's other ways I haven't thought of, but that was one idea I had, and I'm certainly up for that because I'm the one who wants to get the film made. Selling merch, maybe, I don't know, start selling caps and beanies and mugs and all of that. But that feels like a very long-term thing to, it's not going to, it's the sort of thing which would raise money slowly, very slowly, I suspect. And that's not going to help you get a film made anytime soon, but maybe it's one of those things I should do anyway and slowly build things up. Same with crowdfunding. I mean, it's an obvious one, but the thing I think I'd need to think about with crowdfunding is doing something different. As I mentioned previously, every film that tries crowdfunding gives away the same stuff, basically. So I don't know what's different that I could add, except maybe myself is the unique selling point, as they call it. I don't know. But it has to be something different because there's hundreds, probably thousands of crowdfunding campaigns for filmmakers. So how you stand out, that's the challenge. Like I said at the start, I haven't solved that. But yeah, it's an obvious path to take. But to take it, to make a decent chunk of money, you need to get a lot of people outside of your circle. If I run a crowdfunding campaign, there's a certain group of people that will chip in and help me no matter what I do, and I'm very, very thankful for that. But to get, $100,000 or more, you need to get that in front of a whole, a lot of people. And if you see something from someone you don't know, there has to be a compelling argument for you to, back that crowdfunding campaign or whatever it is. So I think a lot of thought has to go into what makes this unique, or have some reward or something that is very enticing for people. So to do things on that scale, you really have to think long and hard. I thought of raffles, you know, because you hear about these people who run raffles to, admittedly, sell their house or something, and it's an interesting idea because you could run a raffle, and you know, only for a few quid that people could buy a raffle ticket and win something. There's two challenges there. What the hell do you raffle? I mean, it has to be something significant. And two, to run a raffle, there's some legal implications. You have to apply and do everything correctly, so you're not just, you know, ripping people off, which is fair enough. I mean, it's the right thing to do. So there would be, because anyone could just whip up a website and say they're running a raffle and fleece people. So completely understandable. So there would need to be some investigation there, but there's something about the idea of that, the simplicity of it, that is very appealing. But then you've got to have something really, really worth winning to A, entice people, and B, go through whatever process you need to legally run a raffle. So, you know, these are all thoughts that I've been having and sort of throwing out there, and, you know, you've got to consider everything. So I don't know if that will pan out, but we'll see. It's just another idea. And then I had this thought that sort of combining things all together, on, you know, having a page on my website which is about supporting my filmmaking. And it could have things like links to a crowdfunding campaign for a specific project, or some other campaign type for a specific project, or if it's a raffle, whatever it is for that current project. I could do things like affiliate links, which I probably should have in my YouTube videos and things anyway, because everyone says that's what you should do. But the appeal of affiliate links is there's no extra cost to anyone who clicks on them, because it doesn't increase the price to them. It just means that I get a little commission from whatever it is, a subscription or buying something on Amazon or something. But that is a very, very long-term view kind of thing, and you know, you need lots of people clicking on those things. So I'd have to have a much bigger YouTube channel to make that work. But I could have a separate page on my website with affiliate links, and that may help. But again, I think that's more a long-term consideration, because, you know, it might take a decade or more to raise that kind of money from affiliate links, if you ever did. And merch. You could also have merch on that page. So it could be a page of ways for people to support, and then they could pick and choose whichever way suited them. I don't know. Just an idea, just sort of trying to come up with things. But again, these are, besides the sort of immediate crowdfunding type ideas, these tend to be, you know, the affiliate links, the merch, all that sort of stuff. You know, I can't see someone buying, you know, 50,000 beanies with my company name on them, you know, Bill Hutchens Films on them. So I think it's a very long term view. So maybe that's not very helpful. Well, maybe it's not very helpful for now. But, who knows? Who knows unless you try? So maybe the lesson in all of this is I just have to try some of this stuff and see if people like it or hate it, and find a way to get it all in front of people. And maybe a way to do that is I need to shoot a couple of scenes from the Art of Resurrection to show people something. I have these scenes which I was thinking of shooting as a screen test for the main actress, and maybe that's the way to go. But even then, to do that, still need this stuff. So do I do a crowdfunding campaign to shoot those scenes to use in a bigger campaign? In theory, that sounds good, but I always think about how I would feel. So there's a crowdfunding campaign to help me shoot these scenes with this actress, and that's all good. Shoot it, they look great, and we use that for another campaign. So there's a second campaign to try and raise 100K or more somehow. And we use those scenes to show people give them a flavor for the film or a taste of the film. And I think if it was me, I'm not sure how keen I would be to support the initial campaign to shoot those few scenes and then support a bigger campaign. So if I would feel that way, I suspect other people would feel that way. So I'm trying to think of ways to maybe shoot those scenes under my own steam somehow. I haven't worked out the fine details of that yet. So I can use that, and that would be more enticing for something like a crowdfunding campaign. But even then, that's been done before and being done now with crowdfunding campaigns. What makes this unique? My project unique? What would make someone I don't know support it? That's the challenge, really. And I can come up with, I've got something more written here. I can come up with lots of different ideas, but when it all comes down to it, it's got to be somehow compelling in some way to people I don't know to get behind. Yeah. And, traditionally that way is to get a named actor or actress involved, because that's the, unique selling point. But when I look at the characters, there's a couple of supporting characters that could have people like that involved. Maybe that's the way to go, but then the budget isn't 100K plus anymore. It's going to be significantly greater. Well, maybe not significantly, but it depends on who it is and what level they are, of course. But there's going to be a substantial chunk of money needed. And that just raises the price. And it seems to me that you've got to try and get it made at as low a price as possible, or you go really big. And this middle ground seems to be shaky ground to me from what I see. So if you go at the lower end, that's sort of what I'm thinking of, 100K plus, then it's not that much. Well, it is a risk. Of course, everything's a risk, but it's a different risk to 2 million or 5 million or something. So, but maybe with the name that takes the risk out. I don't know. I kind of go around in circles with this stuff, as you've probably noticed, but I really want to do it with people I really want to work with, and that means the leads are not names. No, there's just something about working with people who aren't established and are looking for opportunities, and maybe giving them an opportunity in a project that, you know, we all get a kick forward out of, rather than relying on a name to elevate it. Now, maybe that's incredibly naive, but I've been a jobbing actor for 20 years. And I've been a, struggling indie filmmaker for 10. So I want to work with people like me, I guess is what I'm saying. So, I don't know. I've always been idealistic, so maybe I'm too idealistic in this, I don't know. What do you think? But whichever way, whatever happens, I need to find something unique to appeal to a wider audience. Now I could do something like agree to X percentage of profits going to a charity or something, but there is one aspect of this film which I don't know. I don't know which charity would be okay with it. I can't tell you what that is, of course. But it's an idea, it's just popped into my head now, so maybe, but then if you, what if you come up with this agreement with this charity and they get this money and they help you promote it, and then things change, because things always change when you're filming, and it's not quite what it was in the script, and things have taken a turn in a different direction, and that doesn't suit the charity. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of problems before they arise, but I don't want to lock in a charity and have them have second thoughts, for example, or pull out when they see the final cut, or, it's hard enough getting good publicity for indie film, then you don't need negative things. So the nature of the film is that I think it needs to be maybe there isn't a path to go down. I think the nature of the film is that it needs to be its own thing, not connected with anyone, and of course that makes it harder, but it gives us the freedom to make the film we want to make, no matter what happens. So I need some brilliant idea and a little bit of luck. But I'll just keep trying to think through things like I've been discussing here, see what turns up. Probably have some good ideas, almost certainly have some terrible ideas, and just keep working through them to find that unique path that might just appeal to people. Thanks for watching. It'd be great if you could like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you have any great ideas for me, I'd love to hear about them too. I hope to see you in the next one.